First Strike Captain Marcus Kane gripped the command chair as the Terran Defense Station Sentinel Prime shuddered under alien fire. The massive Predator vessel had emerged from hyperspace without warning, its obsidian hull bristling with weapons that carved through Earth's outer defense grid like tissue paper. Status report. Kane barked, his weathered face illuminated by emergency lighting. Lieutenant Commander Zara Okafor's fingers danced across her tactical display. 3 defense platforms destroyed, sir. The alien ship is approximately 12 kilometers long. Energy signatures are off the charts. Through the view screen, Kane watched the sleek Predator craft methodically dismantle humanity's orbital installations. For 6 months, reports had filtered in from the outer colonies. Entire worlds stripped bare, populations vanishing without trace. The galaxy's apex predators had finally found Earth. Sir, incoming transmission from the alien vessel, reported Communications Officer Tyler Reeves, his young face pale with fear. The main screen flickered, revealing a creature that defied human comprehension. Towering nearly 3 meters tall, the being possessed 4 arms ending in razor-sharp talons. Its elongated skull housed multiple eyes that glowed with predatory intelligence. When it spoke, the universal translator rendered its words in a voice like grinding metal. "Humans of Earth," the creature intoned. "I am hunting Prime Vextar of the Catherian hegemony. Your species has been selected for harvesting. Your flesh will feed our young. Your bones will decorate our ships. Prepare for consumption." Kane stepped forward, his jaw set with grim determination. "This is Captain Marcus Kane of the Terran Defense Force. You've made a mistake coming here, alien. Humanity doesn't go quietly into the night." Vextar's mandibles clicked in what might have been amusement. "Your bravado is noted, prey thing. We have consumed 1,000 species across 10,000 worlds. You will be no different." The transmission cut, and immediately the Predator ship's weapons flared to life again. Energy beams lanced out, striking the station's shields with devastating force. But Kane was already moving. "All ships, execute Protocol Omega," he commanded. "This is not a drill. Activate the Prometheus array." Okafor looked up sharply. "Sir, the array is still experimental." "We don't know. We know enough," Kane interrupted. "Contact Admiral Torres at Luna Base. Tell her the wolves are at the door. And it's time to show these predators what happens when they hunt humanity." As Sentinel Prime's shields began to buckle, Kane watched with grim satisfaction as hidden weapon platforms throughout the solar system began powering up. The Catherians thought they were dealing with helpless prey. They were about to learn that humanity had been preparing for this moment for decades. The real hunt was about to begin. The trap. Springs Admiral Rosa Torres stood in the command center. Beneath Luna's surface, her steely gaze fixed on the holographic display showing Earth's orbital space. The Catherian ship continued its methodical destruction, unaware that every shot was being carefully analyzed by humanity's most advanced AI systems. "Pattern recognition complete," announced Dr. James Hoffman, the project's lead scientist. "There. Weapon systems cycle every 2.3 seconds, and they have blind spots in their aft ventral section." Torres nodded to her tactical officer, Commander Blake Morrison. "Begin Phase 2. Signal all Wraith-class vessels to decloak." Across the solar system, 47 stealth ships materialized from the void. Unlike the bulky defense platforms the Catherians had easily destroyed, these vessels were humanity's answer to Predator tactics, small, fast, and built for one purpose: killing things much larger than themselves. Aboard the lead Wraith ship, Night Hunter, Captain Diana Voss felt the familiar thrill of the hunt. Her crew had trained for this scenario countless times, but facing an actual galactic predator sent adrenaline coursing through her veins. "Target acquired," reported her weapons officer, Lieutenant Kai Nakamura. "Firing solution locked." All ships, this is Night Hunter Actual, Voss transmitted. Remember, we're not trying to destroy it outright. We want it alive and angry. Execute. Swarm Protocol Alpha. The Wraith ship struck like a pack of wolves, their quantum torpedoes hammering the Cytherian vessel's shields. Unlike the static defense platforms, they moved in unpredictable patterns, using Earth's gravity well and debris field to mask their approach vectors. Vextar's roar of fury echoed across the communication channels, as his ship's hull was peppered with explosions. Impossible. These prey creatures dare to attack a hunting ship of the hegemony? Sir, his tactical subordinate hissed, their vessels are too small and fast. Our primary weapons cannot track them effectively. The hunting prime's forearms gestured. Violently, deploy the Ravager drones. Show these humans what it means to face the Cytherian war machine. Hundreds of organic-looking fighters poured from the Predator ship's belly, their biomechanical forms twisting through space with predatory grace. But humanity had planned for this too. From concealed positions throughout the asteroid belt, automated defense turrets came online. The Cytherians had dismissed the seemingly dead rocks as mere obstacles, not realizing that human engineers had spent years turning the entire inner system into a killing field. Captain, Voss watched with satisfaction as the alien fighters flew directly into overlapping fields of fire. Phase 3 is go, she reported to Luna Base. The Predators are taking the bait. The Cytherian ship began moving toward Earth, exactly as humanity's strategists had predicted. Predator species were territorial by nature. They couldn't resist the challenge to their dominance. They would come in close to finish off their prey personally. That was when humanity would show them the difference between hunting and being hunted. Humanity's gambit deep beneath the Pacific Ocean. Fleet Admiral Jonathan Cross monitored the battle from Leviathan Base, humanity's most classified military installation. The massive underwater facility had been constructed in absolute secrecy. Over the past decade, hidden beneath 12 kilometers of ocean and designed for one purpose, to house humanity's ultimate weapon. Cytherian vessel has crossed the lunar orbit, sir, reported Strategic Operations Director Rebecca Shaw. They're accelerating toward Earth, just as projected. Cross studied the tactical display, his weathered hands clasped behind his back. At 65, he had spent his entire career preparing for this moment, the day humanity would face a true galactic predator. The Cytherians had made one critical error. They assumed their prey would behave like every other species they'd encountered. Status. On Project Cerberus? Cross asked. All 3 platforms are operational and fully charged, Shaw replied. However, sir, the energy requirements are enormous. We'll only get one shot at this. On the surface, the Cytherian ship Apex Carnage continued its descent through Earth's atmosphere, its energy shields easily deflecting the planet's remaining orbital defenses. Hunting Prime Vextar savored the moment, anticipating the feast to come. Such a beautiful world, he mused to his pack. Rich in resources, teeming with life. The younglings will gorge themselves on human flesh while we strip the planet bare. His second-in-command, Hunting Beta Crixmore, studied the tactical displays with growing unease. Prime, the humans' resistance patterns are ... unusual. Most prey species either flee or cluster together for protection. These creatures seem to be drawing us toward specific coordinates. Vextar's mandibles clicked dismissively. Fear makes prey cunning, Beta. They believe their planet's gravity will protect them. Instead, it will become their tomb. Aboard the Wraith ship Shadow Strike, Captain Nikolai Petrov watched the massive alien vessel descend toward Earth's surface. His ship was one of 12 vessels tasked with the most dangerous part of the Operation Close Range, harassment to ensure the Predator took the intended path. All ships maintain pursuit pattern Delta, Petrov transmitted. Keep them angry, keep them focused on us. The Cytherian ship's point defense systems lashed out, destroying 2 Wraith vessels in brilliant explosions. But the remaining ships continued their attacks, their crews willingly sacrificing themselves to ensure the plan's success. "Sir, they're entering the target zone," Shaw reported from Leviathan Base. Admiral Cross took a deep breath. "Signal all civilian populations to take shelter. Execute Project Cerberus." Around the globe, 3 massive installations that had been disguised as geothermal plants suddenly revealed their true nature. Enormous energy collectors, built using reverse-engineered alien technology from previous encounters, began drawing power directly from Earth's core. Vextar felt the energy spike. Too late. "What is that power source?" he roared. "Those readings are impossible." The 3 Cerberus platforms fired simultaneously, their combined energy beam creating a column of destructive force that dwarfed anything the Cytherians had ever encountered. The beam struck the Apex Carnage directly, overwhelming its shields and tearing through its biomechanical hull, but the ship didn't explode. Instead, it crashed into the Atlantic Ocean, its crew stunned but alive, exactly as humanity had planned. The hunt reversed. Cytherian hunting vessel Apex Carnage lay partially submerged in the Atlantic, its biomechanical hull crackling with residual energy discharges. Emergency lights flickered throughout the ship as Hunting Prime Vextar pulled himself from the wreckage of his command throne, dark ichor streaming from multiple wounds. "Damage report," he snarled, his 4 arms struggling. To support his massive frame, Hunting Beta Crixmore limped forward, one of her secondary arms hanging uselessly. "Hull integrity at 30%, Prime. Weapon systems offline." The humans' energy attack exceeded all our defensive parameters. Around them, the ship groaned as human vessels appeared on the surface. But these weren't the sleek military craft. They'd been fighting. Instead, massive industrial ships surrounded the crash site, their hulls bristling with drilling equipment and salvage gear. Aboard the lead salvage vessel Deep Hunter, Marine Colonel Patricia Vasquez reviewed the operation. Parameters one final time. Her unit, the 3rd Xenological Assault Battalion, had trained for exactly this scenario, boarding and securing an alien predator vessel. "Remember, people," she addressed her troops over the comm system, "these things have been hunting across the galaxy for millennia. They're stronger, faster, and meaner than anything we've faced. But they've never faced humans on our home turf." Her second-in-command, Major Garrick Chun, checked his pulse rifle's charge level. "Ma'am, thermal scans show approximately 200 hostiles still alive inside the ship. They're regrouping near what appears to be their armory." Vasquez smiled grimly. "Perfect. Let them arm themselves. I want them to feel confident when we come calling." The boarding operation began at dawn. Human combat engineers used molecular acids to burn through the Cytherian hull, creating multiple breach points. Instead of a single concentrated assault, the humans attacked from 17 different directions simultaneously. Inside the ship, Vextar rallied his surviving hunters. Each Cytherian stood nearly 3 meters tall and possessed the combat experience of dozens of successful hunts. Their natural weapons, razor-sharp claws and acidic saliva, had torn through countless prey species. "These humans dare to board our vessel?" Vextar roared. "Show them why the galaxy fears the Cytherian hegemony." The first wave of human marines entered the ship's corridors and immediately faced a sight that would have terrified any other species. The Cytherians had transformed their ship's interior into a maze of organic growth and predatory architecture. Walls pulsed with alien life, and the air itself seemed hostile. But humanity had prepared for psychological warfare too. "Contact front," shouted Sergeant Mike O'Brien as the first Cytherian hunter rounded a corner. The alien warrior was a nightmare-given form 4 arms, ending in claws that could shred steel. multiple eyes that tracked every movement, and a mouth filled with teeth designed for tearing flesh. O'Brien's squad opened fire with weapons specifically designed for close-quarters alien combat. The bullets were tipped with a neurotoxin developed from captured Cytherian biosamples, and each round carried enough kinetic energy to stagger even these massive predators. A Cytherian warrior stumbled, then fell, its nervous system overloaded by the human-engineered toxin. "Advance by squads," Vasquez ordered. "Remember, we're not just fighting for Earth. We're sending a message to every predator species in the galaxy. Humanity is no longer prey." Throughout the ship, similar scenes played out as human marines systematically cleared deck after deck, using tactics that turned the Cytherians' own predatory instincts against them. The new apex 6 hours after the boarding operation began. Colonel Vasquez stood in the Cytherian ship's command center, her boot resting on Hunting Prime Vextar's massive skull. The alien predator lay unconscious, held in place by molecular restraints that had required an entire engineering team to install. Around the command center, her marines had secured the remaining Cytherian survivors, 43 of the galaxy's most feared predators, now prisoners aboard their own hunting vessel. "Final count, ma'am," reported Major Chun, consulting his tactical display. 43 enemy combatants secured, 17 enemy Kia. On our side, 12 wounded, 3 Kia. The ship is ours. Vasquez nodded, then activated her long-range communicator. "Leviathan Base, this is boarding team Alpha. Package secured." "Repeat, we have secured the package." Admiral Cross's voice crackled through the comm system. "Outstanding work, Colonel. Begin Phase 4 immediately." Within hours, the captured Cytherian vessel was surrounded by a fleet of human ships, unlike anything previously seen. These weren't exploration vessels, or even military craft. They were mobile research platforms, their hulls packed with humanity's most advanced xenological equipment. Dr. Elizabeth Hartwell, Earth's leading expert in alien biology, materialized via hologram in the ship's command center. "Colonel Vasquez, we need these specimens alive and conscious for what comes next." "What exactly comes next, Doctor?" Vasquez asked. Hartwell's expression was coldly professional. "We're going to reverse engineer their technology, map their neural pathways, and extract every piece of information about their hegemony's military capabilities. Then we're going to send them home with a message." As the medical teams began their work, Vextar slowly regained consciousness. His multiple eyes focused on the humans surrounding him, and for the first time in his centuries of existence, he felt something he'd never experienced before: fear. What are you going to do to us?" he asked, his translator struggling with the unfamiliar emotion in his voice. Colonel Vasquez leaned down until she was eye level with the massive predator. "We're going to show you the same mercy you've shown your prey. Then we're going to let you live long enough to warn the rest of your kind." 3 months later, the Apex Carnage limped back into Cytherian space, its hull scarred and its crew forever changed. Vextar stood before the High Council of Hunters, his once proud bearing now haunted by memories he couldn't escape. "The humans," he whispered, "they're not prey at all. They're apex predators disguised as a peaceful species. They planned our capture from the moment we entered their system. They turned our own hunting instincts against us." The council leader's mandibles clicked impatiently. "You speak of humans as if they pose a threat to the hegemony. They are merely another primitive species." "No," Vextar's roar silenced the chamber. "Mark this world as forbiddance. Spread the word throughout the galaxy. Earth is off limits. The humans aren't just dangerous. They're something worse. They're patient, they're learning, and they're coming." As the council debated, none of them noticed the small, nearly invisible probe that had attached itself to their ship's hull during the journey home. Earth's newest intelligence-gathering device began transmitting everything it saw, and hurried back to its creators. Humanity was no longer hiding in the cosmic shadows, waiting to be found. The hunt had begun.